everybody, welcome to another video from Natalie Fantasy. So today I'm going to be doing another top listing video because I really like doing the previous one basically, and I think this one is an interesting idea, I guess. So I have a lot of cosplays, we know this. I have about 33 and this is including cosplay, closet, etc. We've gone through this, we know the drill. Just thought I'd list my top 10 of them and explain why they're my top 10 briefly basically. So get right into it. My 10th favourite cosplay that I do would be Kara from Detroit Become Human. The only reason she does not rank higher up on this list, or lower down on this list, anyway, the only reason she is not more of a favourite cosplay would be because she is a little bit too feminine for my tastes. I typically dress myself in trousers and t-shirts and hoodies when I can't, but her outfit is skin tight and it is a dress. Although I wear trousers underneath it, for that is kind of what she wears, it's still not 100% the most comfortable cosplay I have, but it's definitely, I love the way it turned out. The wig I had for her wasn't ever brought for her, it was brought for, I think, Krista or Misa, I don't know, it's my blonde one, but when I tied it up, I saw, oh yeah, I can use this for Kara, that's cool, and I got and modified her outfit. So, no particular sentiment to her cosplay, other than the fact I have taken it to a con in February, was it February? March, February kind of time, and it was a really good convention. It was the first time I'd gone for a couple of days to that particular con, and yeah, it was an all-time good time, all-round good time. Yeah. So my 9th favourite cosplay is Shinzo, and the only reason he's not higher on my list is because he is not my cosplay. I borrow him from my good friend Robin, and, well, I borrow his wig, I have the uniform most of the time when I've done it in my own clothes, and he is, yeah, I really love the way he turned out, but not higher up on my list because I don't get time to frequently practice getting into cosplay as him. So my makeup is a little off, and maybe my poses and what I actually do for videos or anything I would do for him wouldn't be 100% in character if I don't get that chance to practice it. But he is still very high up, as I really did enjoy cosplaying him, and I will have to look into getting my own Shinzo wig because, yeah, he is a good boy. So my 8th highest would be Deku. Again, carrying on with the book and a hero characters, I enjoy cosplaying every version of Deku I do. So whether it's an AU, such as villain or fantasy, or it's school uniform or sports uniform or casual, or anything like that, I really love cosplaying Deku. I find the makeup much more enjoyable to do than a lot of characters, and I think the wig is, well, it's something to be worked on for me, but I think it's actually something I really enjoy doing. Like, I enjoy styling it, I enjoy wearing it, it's one of my more comfortable wigs, despite it being very curly and covered in hairspray, which normally makes wigs quite itchy, but yeah, it's definitely one of my favourites. So my 7th favourite cosplay would be Misa. This is because the wig, the makeup, everything about it's basically my style, but slightly more feminine, to be honest. I've not got a fashion sense, basically. But yeah, so I really enjoy cosplaying her, and I feel like I have improved so much since the first time I cosplayed her, which was awful. Just stop it. Just stop what you're doing. Oh, it wasn't fun. But yeah, looking back, I can see how much I have improved, and I think she's definitely one of my older cosplays, as I started her when I first started getting really into cosplay, which would have been around 2016. So she's been around a while. And yeah, I just generally really enjoyed her. I enjoy cosplaying her, I like doing props with her, I like being in character as her as well, and being like her, I guess. But yeah, so she's good fun. So my 6th favourite would have to be Ponzu, which is a Hunter x Hunter character. I did say they would come up. I kind of forgot I cosplayed her. I cosplayed Ponzu because I haven't been able to cosplay her for a while, as her wig is currently being used for someone else, but we will keep that quiet. It's someone I've used it from before, so if you know anything about what I used that wig for previously, then you will know where the wig is currently and what it is being used for. Anyway, just thought I'd bring some characters back. But yeah, so Ponzu is the first Hunter x Hunter character I cosplayed, and I cosplayed her back in April 2018, I think. And she has been a favourite since then. It's an incredibly comfortable cosplay, providing it's not too hot outside. The hat was really good fun to make. She has a large yellow hat, which is genuinely about this big, and it's covered in bees, because it's anime, so why would you not cover something in bees, if given the chance? I keep on, I have no idea where this has come from, but it's here. So my 5th favourite cosplay would have to be Ibara Shiozaki. She is another Boku no Hero character, and she is one of the 1B, she's in the class 1B. I have not talked about how much I love that class. 1B is better than 1A. I stand by it. We will get back to 1B in a second. You'll see what I mean. So Ibara is not necessarily a hugely outstanding cosplay other than the wig. You can see the wig back here, and one day I will do a proper video going into how I made the wig and stuff like that, because honestly I think it's one of my better ones. So her wig is covered in vines, it's a green, it's about a meter long, it's a pretty heavy wig to be honest as well, it's got a lot sewn into it, but it was definitely, it was amazing, it was really fun to make, it was really fun to cosplay, I've taken her to a con, and I definitely would do that again. I think my makeup's improved quite a lot from when I took her out, so yeah. All in all, she's a good girl, and she's one of my favourite characters as well. I think she's incredibly powerful. I don't think she should be in 1B, but you know 1B has superiority over 1A. Let's continue. So my fourth favorite cosplay is a cosplay I have spoken about before, and despite saying that it is one of my favorite characters to cosplay, he is only at number 4, and that is Villain Deku. This counts differently to Deku, who is in 8th place, and when I've put Deku in 8th place, I've just put Deku as a whole character, doing every cosplay I can do with him. Villain Deku specifically is a lot higher on the list. As I said, I love the AUs. I can get really into like makeup, I can do some gore and blood and stuff when I want to, and all in all I just really really love cosplaying him. I don't really have a specific reason other than the fact that I love villains. I'm soft for villains. Okay, we've kind of gone over this, I guess. And yeah, so Villain Deku was fun. I've taken him to 2 or 3 cons, where I've got a lot of attention from them, and people clearly seem to love the AU as much as I do, or they at least like love the character. I took him to my most recent con, which was Hyper Japan Summer 2019. I just forgot what year it was, but here we are. Where I got a lot of attention. As I said before, people seem to love the character. I love cosplaying the character. I love being in character and basically being a little asshole. So, my third favourite is another Hunter x Hunter character, and that would be Pufu, or Shower Poof. Pufu, I don't know how you say his full name, but anyway, Pufu. Pufu was a interesting character to make. So he has huge butterfly wings. Anyone that follows me or knows me in any way will know that I loved him as a character so much, especially when I first watched that arc of Hunter x Hunter. He was one of my favorite characters, and he still is right now. I think he's quite funny. I think the fandom make him quite funny. I think a lot of like his motives and the way he thinks and feels is quite interesting to look into. I also just generally quite love him. I think he's fun. And so anyway, cosplaying him was incredibly fun for me, although it was hard to make those wings. So the wings are huge in comparison to him, so I wanted to try and capture some of that by making them about 2 meters by 2 meters. It took me about 48 hours in total to cut out, glue, sew, and make every part of the wing. So I cut out the black shape, and I will do a video where I explain in my video that I plan on doing where I explain how I've made certain cosplays, I'm going to go through his wings, so I had to make sure it could sit comfortably on my shoulders without choking me because it was 2 meters of heavy cotton fabric behind me. I had to glue on each individual bit of rainbow fabric in the rough pattern of his own wings in the anime, which, you know, mimicking anime into reality, as a lot of cosplayers will know, and I'm sure a lot of people can assume it's not hard, it's not like an incredibly hard thing to figure out. Mimicking anime into reality for cosplay and then wearing it and making it practical enough to wear is not easy, and I don't think it ever will be, because you have to, because you have to try and get every little tiny anime detail into real life, and it's not always possible, and it definitely wasn't for me here. But yeah, I enjoyed taking him out. He is the one that one of my absolute cosplay idols like saw and noticed despite no one else noticing, and yeah. Well-known character? Absolutely not. One of my favorite characters? Hell yeah. So my second favorite cosplay is, again, a one I have spoken about before. Similar to Villain Deku, it is Fantasy Bakugo. I think Fantasy Bakugo might be the favorite cosplay I've ever taken to a con. It was a little bit out there for me. I had to deal with the shirtlessness of the situation. But I got to wear a cape, and I got to make all these stuff, and as I may have mentioned before, I enjoy making cosplay items more than I enjoy anything else in cosplay. I'm not good at making things in cosplay. I'm not good at styling things or designing things or decorating things, but I really do enjoy it. And although it always comes out slightly below adequate, it's still fun to play around with things and try and make things as close to canon as you can get, which for me is not very close, but I'm still having a good time. So Fantasy Bakugo is a very interesting character to cosplay because, it's basically just Bakugo but with a cape. He was fun to cosplay. It was definitely fun at a con because I had a Fantasy Kuroshima, which was Robin, who is the friend I've mentioned before, and I had, Ash with me, who was doing Fantasy Deku, and they are both amazing cosplays as well. I will leave their Instagrams down below if I remember. Sorry guys. But yeah, so us three were cosplaying together, and it was one of the best cons I've done, and so Fancy Bakugo does have a special place in my heart, and I was shockingly confident, and especially as people would recognize me and be like, oh, it's Bakugo, it's Fancy Bakugo, that's so cool. It made me feel special, okay? So the very, 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 very top of my list, the number 1 spot, would have to go to a character that many people know I like cosplaying, but not many people actually like. From Boku no Hero, I would have to say, and this does link into me saying, that 1A is the inferior class, 1B is superior and will rise up. My favourite cosplay is Nato Monoma. I don't have explanation for this, I just love him, okay? So I love the character a lot, and I'm pretty sure, as some people may have noticed, I have a thing for either blonde characters or side characters, typically. I get attached to side characters or slightly irrelevant characters quite easily. I especially like blonde anime characters, which is not a thing that I consciously like, it's just the thing that happens to happen, apparently. But yeah, he is my longest cosplay that I've been doing since Boku no Hero. He wasn't my first one, but he is the first one that I still have going. I used to cosplay Kendo before him, but it was such a god-awful cosplay, I scrapped it, and I will redo her when I can actually cosplay. But yeah, so Monoma was easily one of my favourites, is my favourite. Just because I've taken him to the most cons. I think I've taken him to 3 or 4 cons. He's my go-to cosplay, he's the one that I feel most confident in, he's the one that I've got the makeup down for. I've gone through 4 wigs with him, because the only cosplay that I put so much effort in to actually get, like, perfect. But yeah, all in all, he is an amazing cosplay for me. If I ever have a meet that I'm going out to where we just meet up in London, I will do him to that. If I don't know what to do for a day I'm going to con, I'll do Monoma. I fully intend on getting his hero outfit done next year. I have done many versions of him, some of which have not seen the light of day because they are just a little bit awful, but yes, I think that basically covers it. He's my absolute favourite, and yeah. So thank you for watching this little video. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!